Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? Good, hopefully everybody's doing well. So today I want to share some more insightful and awareness content with you about law of attraction, subconscious mind, quantum physics, and how these all tie in together. And the big picture is I just wanted to get you guys to become aware that your mind literally creates your reality, your life. And that's very profound. A lot of individuals still aren't able to grasp this concept that life isn't happening to you, life is actually happening for you. If you can grasp that, the interesting thing about the mind is and the brain. So first of all, we have to know that the brain, right, the brain is not the mind, right? Your mind exists in what is field of consciousness. It's called as consciousness, and it exists in an invisible field that you and I can't see with our eyes. They call it the unified field in quantum physics. It's just called the field. Within that field exists what's called interference patterns of energy and information. In your eyes, for example, your eyes, we have photoreceptors. And these photoreceptors, they read light waves. That's how we're able to see. So the things we see are actually information. There's like small bits of information, of energy, and they bind together, and our brains compromise them, right, or descramble them, and we see our reality. We spend more time in our heads than we do in our life. But here's the most profound part about this, is that whatever is going on in your head is actually affecting your reality. Whatever thoughts you think, how you feel about yourself, you affect and you create your world. The thing we have to understand is this: there's two parts to this that we've been conditioned to see as normal, right? We have external and we have internal. So there's the group of individuals that believe things are just happening to them from external stuff. They believe that they're victims, that life is just throwing stuff at them, they have no control, and they're hoping and wishing. Then we have individuals who have some knowledge of how this thing works, and they understand that it's internal, that whatever they feel inside and how they see themselves inside, that reflects their reality. Because after all, everything is information. Even I'm information. Even you are information. Your cells. There is no physical reality. It's all malleable. So that's a concept we have to get. And the thing about our brain is our brain isn't wired to make sense and understand this fact, right? The brain isn't made to do that. The brain is just wired to just interpret it, just to see it, to accept it, and to survive on it. The mind isn't really created to go deep and say, well, how is this? Why is this? Because some of it we can never understand, because it's just beyond the capability of the human part of the brain, the logical, structural part, what we call our conscious mind. So if you understand that your mind creates your reality, what can you do to influence your reality? Well, it all begins with what you put in your mind and how you think and how you see yourself. You can always remember, things never come to you. They always come through you. Through you, outside. See that? They don't come to you, they come through you, and they push out externally. That's the real secret right there. So when you can grasp that concept, that my mind can really create and change my life, that's very profound. So how can I do it? What can I do to affect it? Well, here's two keys you have to remember and you have to note to help you. It's about attention, perception. Two words: attention, perception. Attention and perception. You see, what you give your attention to, you affect that interference pattern field. So, to give an example, if I give my attention to only the struggles, the stuff that I don't like going on in my life, what's wrong, what's not right, that's an energy. Because my cells, everything vibrates. While I'm talking to you, there's two levels of communication going on right now. Me speaking to you, my body is communicating to the universe. It's sending these signals of information to my vibration and frequencies, all part of my cells. Everything is there's an invisible world behind you right now, where there's exchange of all information. And information, it goes out in quantum particles, and these information, they bind and they attract, and we call them like attract like, and they create what we call matter or real things. And they even influence people to come into your life. How does that work? Well, because everything is tied together. There's a collective consciousness, or we call it the collective subconscious. But again, back to what I was saying now. So if I'm focusing on that, my attention is on that. And again, we go to quantum physics, and quantum physics says now that whatever I'm observing, I'm creating. The minute I take my attention from that, quantum physics literally says it disappears. It's no longer existence. And until I put my mind back to it, then it comes back into play. How is this possible? Well, it's really possible because, as I said, everything is information. It's just how we decode it and we see it. You know, the photoreceptors in my eyes sees reality a certain way. Guess what? The photoreceptors in an animal's eyes see reality. In a bat's eyes, it sees different light waves. In a mantis shrimp, it sees different light waves. So perception is really the key. So in order for you to really grasp hold and control your life, you got to know, number one, is that things come to you, through you, not to you. They come through you. And number two, you have to adjust your perception and your attention. You have to start to put your mind on something that is moving you toward what you want. That's your attention. You have to start thinking optimistically of what can go right instead of what can go wrong. And the reason many of us, we fall into this trap of miscreating our lives is because we've been conditioned, right, to believe what can go wrong. So we set ourselves up. You know, there's always this thing that goes on with people. You know, when I talk to individuals and I ask them, I say, what do you want? You know what they always tell me? They never truly tell me what they want. They tell me what they think they can get or what they can settle for. It's a big difference. I didn't ask you what you think you can get. What do you want? But I'm just showing you a point of how we've been conditioned to never reach for what we truly want. We just, well, I'm just going to do this just in case I fail so I won't feel too bad. But you never go for what you want, and your mind sets that limit, and you miscreate what you want. And we see it every day, right? We see it around us all the time. So the mind is very powerful, and this is something that you need to know so that you can change it. Because I can guarantee you this, if you start to just apply these 3 simple techniques, change your perception, monitor your attention on what you want, and keep your mind only on something that will get you or move you to what you want, you'll see a huge difference. Because again, information is being communicated, and this information is going to connect with the universe. The universe is going to send it back to what we call these interference patterns, and they're going to come back to you as people, events, situations, material stuff. And sometimes you won't even know how it happened. You just sit back and say, man, look how that turned out this way, look how that turned out that way. That's because your mind is in control. Your mind really is. And there is no reality. It's just our perception. Perception creates reality. So I want you to think of it like that. There's no reality, only my perception. There's a double-edged paradox, right? But that's really how it is. So I just want you to get some information and awareness to show you that your mind really creates. So you have to start to live in your mind what you want to create. You have to start seeing the good stuff instead of the bad stuff. You have to put your attention on what you want instead of what you don't want, because you're going to get it. And that's how you're going to get out of this rat race, or this, what they call this matrix, right? Because now you're going to be in tune with yourself, and then you're going to see that, you know, I'm in charge and I control, that things are happening for me, not to me. So there you go. So that's something that you definitely need to know. And now you can process this information and you can use it to enhance your life.